Hey, you there. Thank you for watching, and welcome to Forged Alliance Forever. Today, I have a 6v6 custom match on the map Millennium. Let's go ahead and introduce our players, starting with Team 1 up here on the north side of the map, starting with the northeast player of Anox, going first land in Royal Purple as a Cybran. Continuing on westward, we have Under Control, going first land as an Aeon in green. In regular purple, I haven't decided the attribute for that purple yet. We have David going first land as a Cybran. In forest green, very sensible color, and sensible faction, going first land as a UEF. His name of Dan Test. Continuing on the northwest corner, we have OCA going first land in navy blue as well as an UEF. And last but not least, for Team Run on the north side of the map, we have another a UEF player of Just Norm going first land in white. So on Team 1, we have 3 UEF, 1 Cybran, 1 Aeon, 1 Seraphim. So all of the races represented for Team 1 on this northern side of the map. Starting with Team 2, the furthest north player, we have Jax Honest going first land in hot pink is an Aeon. In the southeast corner, we have Shame Phoenix going first land as a Seraphim in lightish red. A pink. I haven't decided the attribute name for that. Continuing on westward, already moving forward, we have Lesna 4 OK going first land as a UEF in red. We have Brainstormer as a Seraphim in crimson going first land, second air, most likely. The blue player of Raider is going first land as and second air as a Cybran. And last but not least, for Team 2 in orange, we have JKFAA going first land, again in orange, as a Seraphim. So on Team 2 side of the map, we have 3 Seraphim, a UEF, an Aeon, and a Cybran. So all of the races represented on Team 2 side of the map as well. Pretty much the only difference being Team 1 going heavy UEF and Team 2 going heavy Seraphim. So expect to see Washer Experimental Bombers on Team 2 and Novaxes and Fat Boys on Team 1. Also chickens on Team 2 as well. We have some early aggression going down here on this eastern approach. We have Anox getting that mass extractor as well as Jazz going down for a pretty forward land factory, probably getting that to start pumping out tanks pretty quickly. Combat going down in the middle of the map between David and Lesney. We also have a supporting comp out from Team 2, a Brainstormer, so a 2v1 situation down here in the middle. We have walls going up here on the western side out here with the white player of Just Norm. And it looks like Dan Test, or Dent, I guess is playing on the word dentist, is going for these rocks and then that mass extractor. But we also have the comm from Raider going for those the mass in those rocks as well. Take a look at eco in terms of mass on the ground. In terms of reclaim, we have decent amount of piles in the southern portion and northern portion of the map near all of the players' bases, but there's a small portion of mass surrounding this upper plateau right here. But honestly, that's really about it. Besides the mass in the water, the little ponds and little alcoves on the sides, that's really about it. Not really a whole lot of mass. There's a little bit on this hill side here, but again, not really a whole lot. So we'll have to watch for mass fab farms and rascoms and all of the sort for our players. Not a lot of mass points as well. Pretty much almost all of them already being taken within 5 minutes. So not a lot of mass points for everybody to share and use. We have a transport out here from the pink player of Shame. Gets shot down. Looks like he's going to load up some engineers. And all he has to do is build up another one of those transports. That is going to set him back just a little bit, though. Early aggression. Good. Like to see that. Nice to see that out from the play of OCA. In terms of ranking, OCA is the highest rated player in the game, and the lowest rated player is Lesney on 900. So only 600 point differential, but it's a 90%, so it's not the best, but it's not bad. Could be a lot worse, of course. I would like to see probably the lowest rated player have been on the highest rated players team, just to balance that rating out just a little bit more in terms of point ratings, like 900 versus 1,000 or something. But we will have to see how that goes in the favor of Team 1 or Team 2 as the game gets going. We have a torpedo upgrade pretty early. Don't really see that a lot on a Cybran comm. Probably going after the comm of Dantis. Dan going after a torpedo launcher. So each player doing a similar strategy with torpedoes, except one's an upgrade, one's a structure. So we'll have to see how that turns out. T2 on the way for 2 players here in the middle for David and for Brainstormer. Comm of Lesney helping, assisting that upgrade quite nicely, getting T2 PD at some point. Ford Factory out here from Jazz was destroyed. Annex pushing back on this eastern side. Usually on this side, and usually in this map, I should say, the furthest out players on either team, so Jazz and Just Norm, usually get overrun by the other team just because it's harder to retreat when you have this, you're kind of walled off by this water section. You have to go all the way around. So wouldn't be surprised to see a transport be given out to the comm at some point. Jazz going for a sensor upgrade, which looks like we're getting a left drone upgrade for Lesney, getting more build power. On the middle of the map, we have T2 going on for JK. Looks like the comm of Raider was able to dissuade comm of Dan from really doing a whole lot with that launcher. You can see some hit points were taken off of Raider, but didn't really amount to a whole lot. Not really a lot of mass to be thrown at that for not really a whole lot of gain. Annex on a T2 upgrade. Lots of comms going T2 upgrades this game. Just probably due to the fact that they're on the front lines and want the build power and engineering suites quicker and faster. And also, of course, T2 PD and all of that. You'd expect that out from Team 1, especially for the UEF players, because they, their faction is known to turtle. And given the fact the only UEF player on Team 2 side is on the front line, and looks like he is going for E1 PD and then maybe T2. We do have a pretty early artillery installation going after the furthest most installation out here from David. He is getting a shield though, so that will definitely shield the comm and radar from any incoming fire. Right before that artillery shell gets launched. Does take out a T1 PD though, so not really a whole lot being gained there. Not a whole lot of aggression out in this game. Very calm. Team 1 and Team 2 have pretty much pushed forward as far as they want, gathered what resources and map control they want, and said, it's fine, we're not going to push early games. A lot of these players just sitting back, ecoing up. We do have some aggression out here. Looks like from Team 1 from OCA getting that plateau secured. That is going to be reduced to atoms at some point by these bombers, and assisting interceptors just to ensure those bombers stay alive. I'd say early aggression, really good move there, of course, but again, not a whole lot going on. We are seeing some movement here in the middle. The comm of Lesney is on an upgrade, so really to the spot. Almost done though, so not really a whole lot to worry about. Getting more hit points on that comm. We have the comm of Brainstormer being pretty much the main damage capacity for his team on this side of the map. The Fantis out here for Team 1 out here from David is going after that artillery installation. Don't blame him there. Trying to take out some range damage capabilities sooner rather than later. Stealth on the way for Raider. He does have the Mazer. Doesn't have the Telly. So he's probably going to go for stealth and then cloaking and then use that comm very aggressively. Very early to see that strategy be used. I mean, there's not Omni at the present time, so he isn't going to be spotted pretty early. So using the early game to his advantage using a tactic that not really a whole lot of people use. Definitely a good use of technology and faction capabilities. P2 PD underneath shield coverage. David building more and more, building a flak just in case he has some enemy bombers or gunships coming in overhead. We have a little more aggression out here to the east. Looks like Jazz is able to just hold off against this incoming fire from the Zui. Not really a whole lot. Is oh, what? Oh, looks like he had to go. He looks like he had to leave. I don't know. I can eject. Wait a bit. Have to now. Yeah, it looks like something about he lost connection or whatever the case may be. It's always disappointing to see that, especially early on or late. It's just sad to see players leave, not based on kills or whatever the case may be. And this is a share until death game, so all of the infrastructure out here from Dan just gets evaporated and control K'd. So Team 1 has to go in and reclaim all of these mexes and suck up that reclaim. Now this is in favor. The game is now in favor of Team 2. It is a 6v5 as of the 11-minute mark. A couple PD still trying to pepper their way in underneath that shield, taking out that artillery installation. However, the PD out from David will not be able to penetrate the shield long enough to be able to make any sort of difference. We have Brainstormer going on a gun speed and range upgrade. Raider does have that stealth upgrade. Maybe he'll go cloaking at some point. We will have to see on that. This is a 10x10, so it's not a super huge map, so hopefully I don't miss anything as of right now. I was told by a viewer I should modify the Supreme Scoreboard to the second version, so I think it's 18 is what the version is, to fix the death notifications. I will do that after I finish the recording. I loaded it up, started recording, and then realized, oh, probably should have updated that. When Dan's death came, I was like, oh, that should have done that, but do apologize for that. So not today's video, but Wednesday's video, which should be tomorrow as of when you're seeing this, will have the new updated scoreboard. So all of the who killed who will be up to date and whatnot. Artillery being used to just start to hammer down the position for Just Norm, and the forces out from JK are pushing forward. Lots of those walls have been reclaimed. I think they were built at some point, but lots and lots of units. 2 columns, or at least multiple columns coming out from JK. They do kind of hold their aggression though. I think they're having trouble navigating this wall. For now, we're going to see those units come around the walls and be able to start taking out units out here from Just Norm. Just Norm is in the back. He's getting T2PD online, getting shields as well. Artillery landing all the time. That shield installation goes down. We have some more aggression here in the middle of the map out here from Brainstormer. Trying to take out that shield and trying to take out that PD underneath that shield. That PD not really getting a good fire solution on those incoming units. And I do like the position of the Cerberus being able to shoot over the edge. The only issue is that other things to shoot over the edge. Units out from David try to hamper that further aggression out here from Brainstormer. Looks like the column of Leslie just sitting back in the firebase here in the middle, just building artillery. I mean, he could have pushed forward, but having 2 comms pretty far forward early on, not really the best idea in my opinion. Don't want any strat bombers or gunship rush on the cards. We have the comm out here from Raider trying to do some assisting here on the western side, but going back into the water. And the forces out here from JK being held back by the defenses out here from Norm. Norm trying to turtle up the best he can, gets a couple of shields, has some PD as well behind some walls. It has, you know, variety of PD 1 and 2 in terms of the T1 and T2 variety. Comm of Brainstormer being focused down by these Mantis. Gets a crucial rank in vet, second rank of vet as of the game so far. Kind of hovering next to the water. I like the placement of the comm, so if there's any gunships or anything in the area, he can easily go back down into said water and be able to save his comm. We have the comm out here from Annex. It's taking a battering, a little above half of his hit points. I don't know what that was about. Maybe it's just some raiding out here from these bombers. But Brainstormer pretty far forward, getting a shield generator. I mean, yeah, I think that's worth it, but it is pretty far forward. You pretty much are past the, the 50% of the map line, and it's gonna be a while to walk back to your main base. So I understand the early aggression, but doing it with your comm, we're at 15 minutes. It's a little late to do that. If you had more shield coverage, if you had, air coverage in terms of, other than interceptors, maybe. Missiles being launched here from that tactical missile launcher out here from Annex, going for, looks like the comm of Lesney. Lesney has taken a hit so far. Building flak, another missile inbound. Takes a decent more hit points off that comm of Leslie, and one more missile will kill it. Missile has been launched. Is it going for the comm of Leslie? No, it's not. Going for the comm of Brainstormer. That is definitely a misplay there. Most likely could have killed the comm of Leslie. Gets a TMD up and running and misses the comm of Brainstormer. But this is going to force back the comm of Leslie deep into the red. Yeah, we should not be being aggressive with that comm. Dan's old base being cannibalized by his teammates. And let's just take a look at Eco very quickly. We have Team 2, the Southern team, at 640, we'll say. Well, I guess 660. It's going to stabilize it a little bit. And then we have Team 1 at 620. So 20 to 30 mass generated differential. Not a huge amount. And Team 1 is leading the reclaim game a little bit. The Total Master Crew just inflated a little bit by that reclaim out here from Dan's old base. Brainstormer being assaulted once more, being surrounded by this Mantis, but he is a 3-star comm, so not really going to worry too much on that. We do have some restorers in the area. That is definitely not going to be good for the comm of Brainstormer. We have a couple anti-air flak units in the area, but there are a lot of hit points on these restorers. We have some interceptors as well, but the restorers do have anti-air capabilities as well. Where are the ASFs out from Team 2? Don't know where they are. Brainstormer falling down into the yellow. Gonna get into the water though. You wouldn't be surprised to see those restorers go after the comm of Lesney here pretty soon. The shield does fall. Looks like Lesney taking fire from something. One of those restorers does go down. Another one's about to fall pretty quickly. The restorers focusing the anti-air turrets. There are 3 of them in the area. Ping's going down to take out the comm of Lesney. Bombers overhead going after the comm as well, dropping into the red. You're going to see the first kill of the game, most likely, dropping down sub 2,000 hit points. There's only 1 restorer left, and is going to be able to get out of there pretty close to death, though. We have some counter incursions out here to the west side of the map. Just Norm pushing back against JK on the western side. Looks like Raider tried to go for a naval play here in one of the waters, little ponds, but that didn't really go anywhere. We have some broadswords, these T3 gunships coming in to most likely finish off the combo of Lesney. Lesney gets priority. There it goes. And kaboom. That is the first comm kill of the game. Not the first death, but the first comm kill. And is killed by OCA's gunships. Brainstormer hiding underwater. Probably a good move right now. But that's not going to tie it back up to a 5v5. And also all of that infrastructure from Lesney does go down. And that is, again, the danger of having your comm very far forward in a no-share game, or at least share until death game, that, if you die, all of your stuff goes up in smoke. So a sniper bot gets destroyed by the comm of Anox, or Annex. Anox? I think it's Anox. I think I've been saying the name wrong. See what's going on over here in the middle. Just some wrap-up operations. You can see the infrastructure built by Brainstormer. Brainstormer only having this T2PD and the artillery. Everything else was built by Lesney. We have major incursions here on the southwest side of the map out here from Norm, going into the main base of JK. JK and his buddy Rainer are in the water. These T3 Titan bots move pretty quickly, don't deal a lot of damage individually, but again, 1,000 Zui or 1,000 Snoops will kill anything. Well, maybe not 1,000. A lot of one thing will kill anything, pretty much. We saw a couple games ago the Fire Beetle strat, and it takes a lot of Fire Beetles to take out some of those Monkey Lords, but, you know, eventually they could do it, so it just takes them a while. What is the ASF game? As of right now, we have 13 ASFs out here from Shame, and OCA we have 36, so almost a 3-to-1 advantage for OCA in the air game. So definitely Shame should focus more and more on ASF production. He does have, you know, plans to build that air grid more and more. Mop-up operations on this western side, pretty much eliminating a second player from the game. JK getting another naval factory up and running. We have more incursions out here to the middle of the map out here from the purple player of David. Maybe Lavender? Maybe I'll call it Lavender. Well, Lavender's a little darker. Still trying to figure out names for all the different colors. Let me know down in the comments if anybody has any suggestions for colors, like, you know, royal purple, forest green, glow in the dark green, that kind of thing. Let me know down in the comments if you have any suggestions. I did adopt glow in the dark green. That was a comment by a viewer, so I'd say that's a very good name for a color that kind of like, it's pretty much lime green, but it's more kind of glow in the darky. It's like that old, you know, neon kind of thing going on. So I thought it was a good name, so I adopted it. There was an experimental built by the Com of Jazz. He's built the all imposing Galactic Colossus with that, you know, those vacuum arms and the eye beams. Lots of incursions from these Titans here on the western side of the map, doing lots and lots of damage. PD being spammed up constantly by Team 2's players. And lots of Titans with supporting units out here from David. Very effective. The Titans try to take out all of the build power for that naval factory. Naval factory trying to get the T2. Probably go for cruiser spam or destroyer spam. Probably just cruiser spam to help lock down this area of the map with anti-air. Very effective move. The air forces out here from OCA get a decent engage. Get in behind the back. They make not the best turn, but this is going to result in air control for Team 1 for the Com of OCA. OCA is going to be very happy about that. What? Or don't have good turns? You had good turns and then you stopped. Okay, there we go. Okay, all of the air forces are destroyed on Team 2 side of the map. So Team 1 is in full air control as of right now. That that Colossus being just peppered by a whole bunch of restorers and gunships. Restorers, I feel like, are the best gunship in the game. I mean, the broadswords do a lot of damage, similar to their Percy brothers of, you know, the high alpha damage. You see the shots, they're deal lots of damage per shot. But just the anti-air capabilities of that restorer are just the best, in my opinion. Because restorers, so gunships can attack other gunships. You hardly ever see it, but gunships can attack other gunships. But the restorers can attack ASF and other air units, so definitely a thing to watch out for. OCA using his air force to lock out any incoming air forces being built from Shame. The only issue with that is, of course, Shame could easily build the SAM sites, the T3 anti-air defenses, and just annihilate those orbiting ASFs. But, you know, it is a risk you take as the air player. You you spend some ASFs to lock another player out. He's sending his ASF in. I don't know if he meant to hit Control A for all of his air units. I think that's what happened. Don't really see that being the case here. What is he doing? No, he's moving them there. Don't know what's going on with that. Maybe going after more, anticipating more ASFs being built by the Com of Shame Phoenix. Anox Control Ks, I apologize for missing. He comes out of the water and gets annihilated by that Colossus. I don't even know why he stepped out of the water. He really shouldn't have. I feel like that's kind of a waste, honestly. And all of his stuff goes up in smoke. Raider builds an experimental in his base. It is the Monkey Lord, the cheapest experimental in the game. Nano upgrades and RAS upgrades going down for 2 comms here on Team 2. T2 going down for Jas as well. Restore ball getting bigger and bigger. Taking out these harbs. These harbs are not going to get anywhere. Just might as well get into the water and save as much of those units as you can. Kind of quiet now for the most part. Not really a whole lot going on. Would like to see the Team 2 try to cannibalize those old bases. I know that OCA was able to lock out James for a period of time going for that nearby base. Would like to see the player of Raider go for that secondary base on the western side that was once JK's. JK's comm pretty much is locked down here. Going after RAS comms. He's not even going to try to go after the western side of the map. Team 1 in the better position in terms of eco and map control. They are sitting at about a little over 1k mass per second. But the total mass accrued not very far behind, given the fact that they are up probably about 150 to 200 mass per second. So Team 2 staying in it in terms of mass. We have a huge restore ball going after the comm of Gas. ASFs over top go after those restores. Isn't going to be enough, though. I don't think so. Gas is stuck on an upgrade, trying to get some more hit points on that chassis. Restores are falling. And the comm of Jazz stays alive at about 5,000 hit points. ASFs over the top come in, but there's not enough to take out those ASFs, especially with SAMs underneath them. And I don't think that's air control. I'd say Team 2 has a little bit of air control, but not a whole lot. That Colossus still making its way over the middle. I think it's going for the main base of just Norm. So Norm should be aware of that going towards his base. Team 1 should be building lots of defenses to counter those experimentals, or at least, units and stuff of the sort. But that Colossus is regenerating 10 hit points a second, so not a whole lot. Nothing really to worry about, honestly. And also Team 2 should be getting out SAMs and mobile missile anti-air units, these bouncers. You have the Cougars out from the UEF. Don't remember what the Seraphim. You have the Redeemers out here from the Aeon. I don't remember what the Seraphim ones are. The only Seraphim player. Seraphim. Oh no, we have 2 Seraphim players left on Team 2's side of the map. Just Norm has built an experimental. It is the Soul Ripper. So technology was most likely either gifted or looks like more than it must be been gifted over at some point. I don't see a T3 engineer of the Cybran variety anywhere. It could have been handed over quite easily though, which is probably the case. The only person who's Cybran on Team 1 is of course David. That Colossus moving forward with no assistance either in the air or on the ground, so definitely not the best thing to do. We have some anti-air units with a couple of harbs pushing forward on this eastern side. We have the RASCOMs over here building up PD to help counter that movement. But we have Restorers coming out. The Galactic Colossus is dropping below 25% hit points, and it might be close with all the rest of these gunships in the area. Do they get the kill? Sub 6,000, 5,000, 3,000, 1,000, and that Colossus dies on pretty much Team 1 side of the map. It's just on the edge of that pond over there. Wouldn't be surprised. Yep, we see some engineers already on approach to help try to get that reclaim back on Team 2's coffers. We have some anti-air SAMs and the like in the vicinity. Still Team 2 now holding on to that air control for the most part. Spy plane mission going out to see what's going on that side of the map. The Monkey Lord out here from Raider underneath the water, taking out the rest of those torpedo launchers. But Monkey Lord's still above 75%, so not really the end of the world. What does Team 1 see now? See, they can pretty much see all of Team 2's base. What does Team 2 see? Team 2 doesn't really know everything. They know most, but not everything what's going on. So Team 2 not really prioritizing intel. They need intel right now. Their map controls it's getting better. They finally have gone to the western side of the map and reclaiming that, so that's good to see. They tried to stop Team 1's reclaim efforts, but they were hindered, but they weren't completely stopped. Restorer sitting over here, grouping up, defending that eastern side. That's probably a pretty good placement, honestly. The anti-air capabilities on those Restorers are no joke, especially in large groups. Pretty much the name of the game for both teams is anti-air, and more anti-air, because you have SAM lines being built, dams everywhere in just every single base. We have an washer started to be under construction for Shame. We have a crab out here from Raider. I was going to say we should see a chicken out here from Brainstormer. Looks like JK is going for TAC missile batteries, which he should be building maybe quantum gateways to get some RASCOMs, get back into the game. He has built a couple land factories, so maybe we'll see that here pretty shortly. Bricks out here going to support this Monkey Lord. Team 2 utilizing the water a lot more than Team 1 is, which, I mean, it is Millennium. It's a 10 by 10. It's not really that effective. It is a small portion of the map, but it's not, you shouldn't focus on it, but if the opportunity arises, it's one of those like, I'll take it, but I won't prioritize it kind of things. Large T1 force out here from David. I don't know what he's doing with just T1 units. She should be building bricks or loyalists or bouncers or T3 units of the sort. We have those missiles out here from the Monkey Lord starting to take out those T2 flak batteries. We do have another Colossus sitting underneath the water. Maybe they're trying to each guard that reclaim. Maybe that's what they're doing. Which, if they are, I'd say that's a good move, but I would suggest they not maybe do something else, but maybe actually build some engineers to do that. Torpedoes being launched against that Colossus. Not really going to do a whole lot of damage. A little over 10,000 damage, but again, not really worth it. Looks like the bombers were used as a distraction. Those restorers were going to start taking lots of losses. Team 2, specifically Shame, has built a lot of transports for some reason, and a whole lot of ASFs. Looks like he's leading the ASFs game. Speaking of which, the ASFs are prioritizing the restorers. There are anti-air batteries in the area behind this little rock here, and again, you can just see the tankiness of these restorers are able to take multiple shots from these ASF. The restorers actually back up into more ASFs into more SAMs drawing in the ASFs, pretty much rendering Shame's Air Force almost moot at this point. Almost like it never existed to begin with. We have a penetrating attack out here from Raider going up the middle, gonna run into that bug. That bug needs to take off and use its guns. We have some pincering forces out here from the comm of David, actually doing a pincer maneuver from his own forces, to be fair. We have, what was that? Was that a missile launcher? I think that was a missile launcher. It wasn't artillery. Going after TMD, it looks like. That Soul Riffer takes off the ground. The gun from that Monkey Lord turns around, goes after those bricks. Not really a whole lot of defenses here for the middle of the map. Lots of bouncers going after these gunships, making those pretty much worthless at this point. PD being spammed up, anti-air being spammed up. We have a Monkey Lord also in the base for David. Would have liked to see that other Monkey Lord be brought to bear. We have a chicken and 2 Colossus. I'm going to slow it down just a little bit so we can see everything going on. I'm going to take off the little mini map here for a second. Taking off the icons. We have a nuke. We're going to check where that's going. The Monkey Lord out here from Team 2 was taken out. The Colossus emerged from the water and go, oh, hello there. How are you today? We have that chicken in support as well. We have that Monkey Lord in the back line being like, I'm not going to engage. That's not a good idea for me. That nuke was launched from OCA's base. Where is it going? It's going for the main base of Shame. Does Shame have a SMD? It does not, which at 32 minutes you should have built one, at least have one built by now. Not necessarily loaded. I mean, you probably could have one loaded, but definitely, again, that intel, very important. I want to watch both things, but that nuke is going to land and we'll go back. Oh, he did have an SMD. It was just hiding by that transport. I do apologize. That nuke does not land. Let's speed it back up to normal speed. We have Monkey Lord engaging that chicken. That chicken is going to kill the monkey. We have another monkey that came out of that water. It's going to die to these Colossi, excuse me. We have a Colossus out here from the green player of Under Control. Under Control. I thought where his name was different. Maybe he changed his name throughout the game. Oh, you shouldn't land or walk towards that ion storm. That's not healthy for anybody. Gotta move those restorers. Gotta move those restorers. Oh, this. Oh, sorry, wrong button. Those those restorers are about to take a hit from that ion storm. Not really the most effective use of mass, if you ask me. The satellite out here from the white player of Just Norm going for Novax almost has a second one done as well. So standoff tactics are on the minds for our players on the northern side. Artillery being built here for Under Control. We have anything of the sort being built on Team 2's side of the map. We have, again, the All Washer that we saw being built a couple seconds ago. Shields being built. I don't really know about the shields for build power, maybe, but I don't really know about that. We have another chicken under construction for the Crimson player, Brainstormer. That crab just finished. It is moving to the front lines. I don't see any standoff tactics being built as of right now. Oh, excuse me. We do have an emissary almost completed for the very front player of Jas. You would have thought it maybe would have built here just to kind of prevent any land armies from getting nearby, but he is going to be the first one to complete the artillery installation, where I'm assuming it's going to fire against this emissary being built. That would be my case, or go after the Novaxes on the western side of the map. It is a target-rich environment for that artillery as of right now. The pings go down on that artillery. I think Team 1 now knows about it. Does Team 1 know about it? Oh, they know about it now. So they're not going to get a lot of time to use that artillery before more shields go up. So Team 2's better use the target use the opportunity as much as they can. Another nuke, pretty quick nuke. Another, is it 3 minutes? Another nuke gets launched. And this one is going for... Oh, is it not going to show me? Oh, is it going to go for the... is it going to drop short and go for this kind of fire base? This anti-air battery? No, it's going to go straight into the back line, I think, going after the comm of Shame. It might even be a direct shot. Oh, and it's going to land. Oh, the missile launches just at the last second. It just loaded. Oh. Shame must be breathing a sigh of relief there. Are there any comments in chat about that? Nope. We have some restorers just annihilating these these Colossus. They like to hide in this water this game. ASF's coming over the top to try to take out those restorers. Those Colossus being like, we're gonna hide underwater now. Nope, not worth it. ASF engagement over top of some... Well, I guess there's no SAMs in that area specifically. But bad turns out here for Shame's Air Force. And these ASF out here from OCA get a huge boost in terms of killing potential. And then they retreat. They go in, get an attack, and come out. Them Restorers able to take some pod shots against those ASFs. So definitely great use of teamwork there. Using pretty much the Restorers as bait. And being able to take out some of that Air Force. Looks like that artillery is going after the Novaxes out here from Just Normal. And there is a nearby crab as well, supported by a lot of anti-air. So not really anything on the ground. Using the experimental as the main battering ram, and having these guys be pretty much the anti-air support, the assisting role. We have a megalith on a cliff being used as PD at this point. Again, another target-rich environment down there in the middle. Great use of map placement as well. T3 Restorers. T3 Ravager PD just starting to wreck the hit points on that megalith. Shame has built that All Washer in the background. That anti-air is just going to annihilate that bug. Those ASFs coming over the top to help assist. the takedown of that bug. And there it goes. It's not going to feel well. The Megalith going after those Novaxes. They see the comb of Just Normal. Does Just Normal get out of there just in time? Oh, no, it does not. A pathfinding for transport. Yeah, that's definitely the worst thing. And then on top of it, a bomber comes over top just to make things worse for Just Norm. If the Megalith didn't get him, the Washer would have. That whole base goes up in smoke. The drones nearby to, I guess, get the reclaim very quickly, I would assume. There are a lot of anti-air units in the area, so they'll be able to take out those drones fairly quickly. Don't want to waste the eco for that as well, and build power. The emissary out here from the green player of Under Control is now firing against that position again. Looks like it's going for the counter artillery out here, the Hovatham out here for the Crimson player of Brainstormer. It is a 5v3 now in favor of Team 2. And Team 2 does have more of the eco. They are now at 1.4 versus the 1.1 of Team 1. Total mass accrued still in favor of Team 1, just barely. But that's going to change pretty quickly. So pretty tied up considering total mass. And then Team 1, of course, has a lot of reclaim on this northern side, or northwestern side, to just come and claim. Bricks coming in to take out Ford PD, and NG's probably going after this bouncer force. There are some loyalists in the mix and bricks to help protect, but I don't think it's enough to stave off that attack. More and more restorers are being built up over time. We're at 54 versus the ASF count of 68. So almost as many ASFs as there are restorers, Team 1 versus Team 2. Looks like a huge hole was torn in that air grid. That's probably where that emissary is targeting at the current moment. Looks like they went after the emissary out here from Jas, and Jas's emissary did go down. Apologies for missing that as well. Brainstorm making comment. The ACU is not under shield coverage. It does have its own shield, so 34,000 hit points. Nuke goes off down here. That wasn't a player kill. Must have just been a nuke at some point. Maybe out from that looks like a UEF nuke, so probably out here from OCA. Probably taking out auxiliary mexes and the like. Not a bad use of a nuke. The Washer was taken out. Lots of experimentals either hiding in or falling into this pond right here. Kind of surprising that it's just, this pond, not so much, but this one, all the Colossus, all the Monkey Lords, those Colossus are actually pretty, well battered down. We have, two vet on both of them, so they'll reach in pretty quickly, at least a lot faster than 0 vets, but they are just sitting there waiting to be attacked at this point. There are some torpedo launchers nearby trying to take out any NGs and any nearby units. But I do like the fact that a RASCOM, just one, was devoted to taking out this reclaim section. Just scooping up into Team 2's coffers. Take out, I should say, suck up. If you've been enjoying the cast so far, please like the video, and if you haven't already, comment down below what your favorite moment has been, or of course who do you think is going to win. It is 40 minutes into the game, pretty late in the game to ask who do you think is going to win, but it's not tied, but I mean it's even pretty closely considering the fact that almost the same amount of map control. Team 2's leading the eco game and the player still alive game. So 3 more assassinations against Team 1 and Team 2's 1. Versus the 5 assassinations. We have multiple artillery installations on Team 2 side of the map. We have a huge engagement over here to the east side of the map for ASF and restorers. These restorers just sucking up all of those kills. I mean, it wouldn't be surprised if some of these are vetted at least. I'm gonna run through them all. Oh, one of them was vet. I saw it very briefly. But artillery being rained down. Looks like they're still going after the artillery out here from the green player of Under Control. He still has that one artillery installation still alive, building a second one as we speak. Again, that is the issue with artillery, is at some point the only thing you can do is just fire at the same position. Hopefully the shields buckle at some point. More shield coverage going down for the Crimson player of Brainstormer. Very good to see that. Another incursion on the western side by 2 Megaliths. This is not going to look good for the southern team right now. Another Odd Washer being built, of course. Rascom's going down. You know, they still need to change that noise. I'm in agreement with Giles, the fact that they need to change that explosion noise. Sounds like a calm death. The shields around that emissary are falling. There should be more shield coverage on this emissary. I do like the positioning of this, though. The fact that this emissary is so close to the edge that a lot of that incoming fire out here from Team 2 is missing. It's, you know, a lot of it's actually hitting this section of the map. And so the shields aren't being reduced from that incoming fire. So very good placement on the shields, of course, and the placement of that artillery. Shields starting to buckle. It is a 1v2 situation in terms of artillery. The second one was rebuilt. There is a third one under construction for Jas. Pretty much standoff tactics is the name of the game for Team 2 now. There's a couple of Megaliths on the way. Not really looking good. The comm of Raider is on an upgrade. This is not looking good. Do Team 1 know where it is? No, they don't. They need to get closer to see the comm. Just explosions happening all the time. Rascom's just being annihilated by those cannons. PD going down. Gateway's going down. Omni going down. That's going to hurt. Do they see the comm? Do they see the comm? They don't see the comm still. They should see the comm at some point. Yep, there it goes. The comm is visible. He has opened up with his microwave laser, and that is going to be the target of priority and a kill for Team 1, dropping us to a 4v3 in favor of Team 2 still. Artillery still raining down on both positions. The rest of that base is going to go up in smoke. No mass, no cloaking. Sad. Yeah, it's definitely the hard part. More of these Rambo comm presets are just being annihilated by these restorers. Just shows the power of the restorers in the gunship game. The On have a pretty decent array of air units. They have, you know, regular ASF, they have the T3 gunship of the Restorer, and they have the Tsar. So, I mean, that's, you know, pretty good lineup. I think the only thing that the Tsar gets beat out by is the Bomber, the Awasher, of course. There is a Crab coming into the mix. There is a Chicken nearby. This is going to be able to hold off this attack. The comm of JK is retreating, so this isn't going to amount to a whole lot. It was targeting the artillery installation. The Chicken body blocks the cannons out from the Megalith. The Megalith goes down. It's going to take a section of those defenses out as well. But the Havatham installation is going to stay alive. I was surprised that the air player out from Shame is not going for any artillery as well. I mean, he has the shields for it. He has the power for it. I just don't know why he's not going for it. Raider saying scout. There's another nuke out from that nuke installation here, the Stone Ager. It's killed almost 20,000 mass. Still hasn't have a single vet as of yet. Where is that nuke going? Is it gonna? Did it try to nuke the ASF? Well. The anti-nuke is down on this western approach. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Oh, this is gonna hurt. I just noticed it's gone. Oh no. Oh, Team 2's gonna hurt. Feel it. Kaboom. One Havatham and the second one that was under construction go down. Team 2 still has the emissaries on this eastern side. The second one's about to complete. So almost a net zero in terms of gain and loss for those artillery installations. Another artillery installation is being built at, as I comment about, Shame getting into the artillery game. Bricks being used as defensive forces here. Or actually, not defensive forces, being used to attack the defensive forces out here on Team 2 side of the map, but they're not effective at taking out a chicken, at least the small amount of bricks that were there. JK getting into the Rascom game, trying to get that eco up. He is only at 42. He's short stacking it pretty heavily. And now Team 1 is leading the eco game. Total mass recruit for both teams pretty much the same, ticking up at almost the exact same time. So, staying 1-to-1 almost in terms of total mass. This is a nail biter at this point. We're at 46 minutes. Both teams have artillery. One team has both teams effectively have 3 players. We have JK is still alive, but he's it doesn't really have a lot to his name. So it's pretty much a 3v3 game at this point. But as of right now, it stands that Team 1 has the advantage. I mean, they have, Megaliths, 2 Monkey Lords on station. They have 2 emissaries now firing upon the enemy position. A huge host of restorers. These emissaries are very close to one another, so if one goes down, the second one most likely will go down after that. The interesting thing to do is to stagger your shots with artillery so they don't land at the same time. And you can see the emissaries, their advantage is the first shot hits, and then it leaves kind of like a AoE splash damage after the after effect, able to take out the rest of the shield strength. These are Aeon shields, not the stronger things or the widest things on the planet. Direct hit onto that emissary, and you can see the splash damage and the AoE damage takes out one of them. I wouldn't be surprised if the other artillery shell takes out the other one. We have a chicken fighting 2 Monkey Lords in the middle of the map. This is not going to go well. There is a Fat Boy in the mix as well. Team 2 looks like it's starting to capitulate. Mass being just sent to everyone from JK. I think Brainstormer's building something. You're sending a mass to him. He must be building something. I don't know what he's building. There's really nothing here. There's the Hovatham installation, but that's being built by Shame, not by Brainstormer. Team 2 still has air.
Strategic launch detected.
Another nuke out here from OCA. Shame has 89. OCA has 125. No, Team 1 is definitely in air control right now. Hovatham installation now going after OCA's base. Oh, wait, no. Emissary? Emissary. The Hovatham is not built yet. I'm surprised that Team 2 didn't target that yet. Take out the air grid. It isn't really heavily defended. You could easily just chain react that thing and disrupt ASF production for Team 1. The enemy air is weakly shielded. And that just goes to the power of, the more you know, the more you can prepare for, or in this case, use. We have, I was wondering what that engineer was doing. It was being vacuumed up by these 2 Colossi on the eastern approach. Says Brainstormer. Radar says radar. Fat Boys, 2 Monkey Lords, and a crab move up the center causeway. Shielding fault. There's not really a lot of shielding here. Lots of PD, but again, looks like Brainstormer losing. Yeah, he's stalling energy, so that's not really going well for him. The Hovatham installation is still being constructed. The last emissary does fall on this eastern side. Another one is being built all the time. Lots of shield coverage on that eastern side, though. Good to see that. But all of these Colossi are not going to help that. Dagger defenses are also good to see, but incoming artillery is going to help soften that up a little bit. There's no real defense on this northwestern approach here for the rest of Team 2's base. We do have a Colossus counter pushing here. We are seeing T1 bombers being used en masse. That Fat Boy is taking some hits, trying to rep up as fast as it can, but it does have torpedoes on it, surprisingly, so Raider says this is over. I mean, it's not completely over as of right now. The Colossus is taking lots of hits, gonna fall down. The Colossus out here from Team 1 have targeted the comm of Jazz. Jazz trying to run away, gets under shield coverage once more. Would have liked to get that Colossus behind or in front built up. Shields pop back online, trying to dodge and weave, bob and weave. The Colossus does pop online. Nukes engage a launch overhead. Artillery raining down all the time. Taking out defenses, taking out shields. The comm of Jazz just trying to survive as long as it can. Gets under shield coverage once more. Colossus, needs to keep moving, taking out the comm, and it dies. Jazz barely survives. And unfortunately, that auxiliary base is going to go down in smoke. That attacking force out here to the middle causeway has pretty much been annihilated. So Team 2 is still holding. A lot of Jazz's base has been eliminated, but he's still alive, so that's something. I would definitely transport your comm out of there. Maybe put it under shield coverage. Probably about here. Build something here to kind of help defend. Hovatham installation has been built. Another one is being built all the time, of course. The two emissaries have, just been enough for under control to just use effectively. The hydro does go down for OCA, but at this point it doesn't really matter. The Albathem is prioritizing the shield and the air grid out here from OCA. Engineering drones just trying to hold that shield down as long as it can. And that attack out here to the middle has been taken out. So surprisingly, Team 2 is still alive. The comm of Jas gets shot by artillery, it looks like. Yeah, it gets targeted by artillery and pretty much get headshot. Shame says GG. I mean, you will lose this eastern base. Not a whole lot. He is now, he does have an SMD. He still has shield coverage. And then Raider says how? It's not defeated yet. It is now tied up 3v3, but again, the neutered player of JK is, doesn't, I mean, it still counts, but not really in terms of effectiveness on the battlefield. Raider says time to recall, get out of this alive. And we might be seeing the evac from the remaining players. 3 artillery installations have been built. I must have missed the third one. Where's the third one? 1, 2. Oh, there's one right here. So, yeah, the combined firepower of those was just able to take out the rest of those shields out for Jas. But still, we have 2 artillery stations here for. I see 2 balls of plasma. Where's the second one? Maybe it's just the same one. Maybe I just saw the incoming fire from the fat boy. Spy planes being shot down out of the sky. Looks like. I don't know what that was about. But the second Hobatham is going to go into the green here pretty quickly. That chicken just being shot by that fat boy constantly. Team 2 has not recalled yet against the proclamations from their compatriot of Raider. Still trying to target, looks like the comm? No, it's going after that Duke that's being built. That's kind of lazily being built by OCA. He's like, I care more about my my air grid. I don't see, where are all his kennels though? Oh, they're all over here. Building Novak centers at this point. One was almost completed and he stops it at some point. Don't know why. It's kind of, might as well complete it at this point. It's like almost done. At least actually complete both of them. They're almost done. This one's 800 hit points away, and this one's a little over half. So definitely worth it. Rambo presets charging in, trying to be brave, but all that incoming firepower is just gonna wreck its shields and hit points. Team 2 kind of just, I wouldn't say just existing, but there's no aim now. They've lost that Jas on this northeastern side. And it's pretty much just they're waiting for death, I guess, because there's 3 artillery incoming from Emissary. A large section of the power grid goes down, secondary air grid goes down. The Hobatham still alive though, just barely, but they are still alive, so that is a positive thing. But more incoming artillery all the time. Another push out here to the middle from Team 1. I think Team 2 might see the writing on the wall at this point. I mean, unless, no one built a nuke, no one built, Yolana Oss, no one built. They're just going for artillery, which, isn't a bad strategy. It's just when your enemy team already has 4 artillery, plus another one on the way. Is there any in the main base of David? I don't think so, no. They're trying to target the really not really priority artillery out here in that Duke from OCA. OCA finally builds one of the Novak centers, then builds the second one pretty quickly after that. Those are going to help with base defense and destruction. 2 Colossi make their way through the front lines of Brainstormer. Brainstormer is nearby though. If he doesn't start moving, he's going to be hit by Face laser. You gotta pay attention to where your comm is, because at this point it's not. Oh, okay. Brainstormer stops, notices them. Is he going to go forward into them? He is. He's going to try to overcharge one of them. Takes out a decent chunk of those hit points. The Colossi are not targeting him. They can see him. They're going after that chicken. I don't know why they're not going after the comm. They could just eliminate the rest of these defenses if they go after the comm. Galactic Colossus going forward. Lost cause you. Guess there's some assault going down against one another in chat for Team 2. First Colossus goes down. Looks like the second Colossus is going after that other Habatham installation. Field's constantly going down. The Comma Brainstormer still alive. Huge wave of restores come in. Take out the rest of that Air Force out here from Shame. Shame still under shield coverage. Artillery landing all the time. There is a desync. And it looks like somebody has left. GG, well played. Brainstormer looks like he is going to leave the match. JK, Control Ks, and all the other players on Team 2, Control K as well. Thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. And again, if you made it to the end of the video and been enjoying my content, please subscribe to the channel. I try to put one FAF video up every day. So again, look forward to those. And again, thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. And of course, like the video if you enjoyed the cast and comment about what your favorite moment was. And I will see everyone in the next one.